Ladies, thank you so much for doing this interview with me as we're doing it outside, of course, the CTV building. And what I like to call the Much Music parking lot, because this is where the biggest party happens. You guys had yourselves a little bit of a party. Amazing Race Canada winner season 4. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
What was it like to be part of something like this? I mean, this is something that a lot of people watch on television, and physically, emotionally, I mean, it must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was honestly like the craziest experience of our life. And I know people are like, oh, it must be hard. It really is hard. It drains you emotionally, it drains you physically, but honestly, best experience ever. Would recommend it to anyone.
Okay, but what would make somebody do this? What made you guys do this?
I don't know, our friends and family kind of always were like, we think you guys would be really good on the show. And we thought about it for a few years, but we were like, we dated for a while, but we hadn't really got to that point yet. But then once we'd lived together for a bit, we're like, you know what, we could do this. I think we should try. So we just kind of went for it.
Oh my goodness, talk about commitment to the extreme though. But physically, what did you guys have to do to prepare for something like this?
I think that was the one thing that we knew we could actually control, because with the Amazing Race Canada, you never know what you're going to do, whether it's welding, eating bugs, like who knows what we're going to do. But physically we worked out a lot, and we just made sure that we could train and like be physically in shape for the show. So
wait a minute, did you guys actually like try to eat some bugs?
Not before, no. We just wanted to be in shape.
But the thing is, as much as you want to train and you watch the show, it's never what it is. So I mean, give me some of the highlights for you and some of the times you're going, oh my God, why did we get it?
Oh my gosh, highlights? I mean, I think that running that first leg, when you really realize like, oh my gosh, this is happening. John says go, and then the next thing we know, we're rafting down the Athabasca River in Jasper, and it's just like this crazy blur, and it was so much fun. And I mean, if I had to think of a low point, probably Cuba. It was a really, really hot day. Steph cut her finger. That was the only leg that we kind of didn't get along as well as we had been. So that was a rough point for us. But other than that, honestly, like it was pretty much all good.
You know, as we talk about physical challenge and things like that, this was also a bit of a challenge for the relationship.
Yeah, it totally was. Going into it, we didn't know how it was going to be for Kristen and I. Our parents and friends kind of joked that we might break up because we're both super A-type personalities and like to lead, like to be in control. But honestly, I think if anything, I know it sounds like kind of cheesy, but it really brought us closer, and we really know now that we can really lean on each other for anything. And like going into the race, we didn't know how that was going to be, and coming out of it now, like we could do anything.
The trust is there. I think that we learned so much in that point of it. Like, and not just like, oh, I trust you. It's like, no, I fully trust you to do whatever. Like, I believe in you 100%. Right. And it's really cool to be able to say that, because not a lot of couples are tested in that kind of a situation.
Okay, so do you think, forget about the marriage license and things like that, before you get married, you should go on the Amazing Race Canada, and then we'll see if the relationship can last.
I feel like if you can make it through the Amazing Race Canada and make it through every leg, you can make it through anything.
Yeah.
What was it like when it was announced you guys were the winners?
Oh, it was so fun because, when we went through it the first time when it was being filmed, it was so exciting for us and it was really, really happy time. But then to kind of go through the whole summer with our friends and family watching, and for them to see it happen and to experience it with them.
You got to keep it a secret.
Yeah,
we did.
And that was just like the most special moment. Like it was so cool.
Well, what's cool is we've got another season happening. What's going on here right now?
Okay, well, season 5 just finished filming, so it's going to be, July 4th is the premiere, and we can't wait to watch it this year.
Cannot wait.
Okay, what did some of these people have to do? Like, if for somebody who wants to get on Amazing Race Canada, how do you get noticed, really? Because so many people are trying out for this thing, but only the special ones make it.
Yeah.
I think, we say this all the time, and it's really not a very amazing answer or anything, but it's like, just sit down and be yourself and show your relationship. Because if you try to do too much, they can't get to know you in that 3-minute video. So just try to show who you really are in the 3 minutes. And that's really all the advice that we have.
Everyone always tries to go like for the Amazing Race audition show, you'll see we pick some like funny ones, some like over the top auditions, and they weren't chosen for the show. And not saying like they couldn't be chosen for it, but like really just keep it simple and like these very entertaining auditions. But I think for the race and to get on the race, I think it's very like simple. They'll make you do all those crazy things actually on the show.
So do people feel that they have to be like, the big physical army brute or something like that?
Yeah, I think people are a little like too concerned and maybe I'm not physically fit enough, and that is a big part of it, but it's not all of it. I mean, you have to be mentally tough, and at the end of the day, I mean, they could ask you to do a welding task, like we had to weld something,
Right.
and being strong is not going to help you there.
But what about the traveling around the world? That has to be crazy because I can only imagine. Like people don't think about the food that you have to eat. If you're allergic to something, like the whole bit.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about the travel was honestly jet lag and being on and off of planes and having to sleep on planes and stuff like that. We were pretty good about finding food and stuff when we were in other countries or even in all across Canada. But
language
definitely
barrier
a language
sometimes.
barrier was tough too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but everyone deals with it, right? Every team
Yeah.
is going to have a language barrier challenge, so that was probably one of the toughest things, and the heat. The heat
Yeah.
was insane.
Where did the auditions take place? I know Toronto had auditions, I guess, or
So for the Amazing Race Canada audition show, it was showcasing, we picked kind of like the top 10 entertaining videos for each city that we went into, and we did Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and we did out east. So for each segment, we picked 10 teams and just kind of showed their video, and we actually brought some of the teams on to kind of like test them. So that was fun.
So, yeah, and I guess what the cool thing is too, people should realize. I mean, you guys represent Canada. These folks represent Canadians, and of all times, with a 150th birthday happening.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it's funny. It's a little bit of pressure there to represent your country, but we try.
You did. Now I know we got to wrap this up, but what advice can you give these 10 teams who are going to go out there and hopefully win this new season?
Oh my goodness, I think that just have fun with it. It's going to be so stressful. You're going to be pushed to your limits, but you got to have fun with it, and you just got to appreciate everything that you're being put through, because you'll never, ever, ever get to experience that again in your life.
Because even though we won, like we still wish we could go back. Like I want to go back and do it again so bad. So just, winning isn't everything. Like try your hardest and everything, but take it in, because it's winning just getting on the show. Sounds really cheesy, but it's like totally
It's
true.
the experience.
There you go. Ladies, thank you so much for this, and again, congratulations.
Talking to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.